We good?
Go ahead.
Okay. There are no moral victories. There's no medals for trying. Well, I'm very proud of the fact that our guys really fought down 21 in the fourth quarter and forced overtime. The bottom line is we had a chance to win the game. We couldn't make the plays to do it. Far too many self-inflicted wounds tonight. The end of the first half was obviously very ugly, and I thought swung momentum of the football game. The two turnovers to begin the second half, we put ourselves in a hole that was just, in the end, too difficult to overcome. And like I said, I'm proud of the team for the way that they fought, but we did too many things wrong tonight, and when it came down to making a play or two to win the game, we couldn't do it. So,
Brian, if you can talk a little bit about kind of the lack of pressure on them. They had given up 14 sacks coming into this game and just really couldn't get any pressure on them. How big was that?
Oh, I think it was a contributing factor. There's no doubt they passed the ball very efficiently, far too efficiently than we should have allowed. Whether it was pressure or coverage, it's hard for me to know until I look at the tape. But I would have hoped that we would have gotten to them a little bit more than we did.
And I guess breakdowns from pretty much every phase tonight: special teams, offense, defense. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Coaching. Everybody had a hand in it. There's no doubt. I mean, we turned it over twice, which was a huge swing in the game. We get a bad long snap punter exchange. I was looking at the protection, so it looked like he had to jump for it, but it might have gone through his hands. I have to see it on film. Defensively, I thought very poor tackling at points where, first contact is 2 or 3 yards down the field and they're just running through arm tackles. Offensively, there was a lot of production, but we can't turn it over twice in our own end. And we just, like I said before, from all three phases, self-inflicted wounds that in the end, when you compound them all on top of each other, just too much to overcome.
The run game's still really not getting a lot of production, I guess, out of the running backs especially. Do you see it that way, and do you make any adjustments strategy-wise with that?
I don't know if I can say that. I haven't seen the numbers yet. I thought like we ran the ball okay tonight. I mean, we haven't hit a 60-yard breakout, but I felt like we grinded it out pretty good, especially with a team that had 8 in the box most of the night. But then again, I mean, when you're down 21 to start the fourth quarter, you're not going to run the ball very much. I mean, part of our lack of production in the run game and our big numbers in the passing game for the past 2 weeks have been predicated by the fact that we've been playing from behind. Tonight, significantly from behind. So, look, it's the bye week. We need to get better at everything, especially the fundamentals. But this will give us a chance to take a long, hard look at ourselves and figure out what we do well, what we don't do well enough, and what we can do to fix it.
In the third quarter this year, being outscored 86-33, is there anything you can put your finger on there?
We just no, to be honest with you, because all the circumstances have been different. I mean, we've made a point of trying to do a better job coming out in second halves. The one common denominator is that we're not doing a good enough job executing coming out of the half. Now, the issues have been all different depending on the game. Again, that's another thing that we'll take a long, hard look at and figure out how we can fix it.
And then kind of the backup to that, obviously you guys have shown some resolve, coming back to beat Air Force, coming back from 3 touchdowns down tonight. Do you take something from that?
Yeah, you got to take something away from every game, and I do. I told the team I'm very proud of the fight that they showed. They could have very easily just bagged it down 21 in the fourth quarter, and they did not. And for that, they deserve credit. But in the end, again, there are no medals for trying. There are no moral victories. We put ourselves in that hole, and we dug ourselves out of it. And when we had a chance to win the game, we couldn't get it done.
The unsportsmanlike late in the first half, was that you?
That's me. I own that. I disagreed with the call on the underneath route. I did not voice a comment at official directly. I did not yell at a guy and say that was. I said something out loud, and the official felt the need to throw the flag. He said that I directed my comment at the back judge. I don't know how that's possible, as the back judge was roughly 75 yards away from me. Now, did I voice my displeasure? I did. I did not direct it at any one official. I didn't call anybody by a name. I voiced my displeasure. Now, he's got every right to throw the flag. I disagree with the decision to throw it, but in the end, it doesn't matter what I think. He threw it on me, and I have to own it.
Did that personal foul and then the unsportsmanlike right after, did that have a major effect on the game?
That the whole end of the first half, to be honest with you, was a comedy of errors. It began with the decision to catch a punt on the 5-yard line, as opposed to letting the ball go into the end zone and getting it back on the 20. Then it's the personal foul. Then it's my penalty. Then it's the snap over the punter's head and the safety that occurs. Then it's a shanked free kick, and we don't turn the field over and create field position. And then we allow them to go down the field with roughly 50 seconds. Everybody on the football team, all three phases, contributed to the breakdown before the second half, me included.
And then finally, if I could, Colby looked like he went down tonight. Do you know if he's going to be okay?
I don't know the extent of the injury. I know that there was no doubt that he was lost for the evening. We're going to have to reevaluate when he gets back.
Anybody else?
Not off the top of my head. Anything else? We good?
Thanks.
All right.
Cody, I'll try not to keep you here too long. Just, I guess, general thoughts on this one.
It's a tough one. Obviously, proud of the team for fighting. We knew that we had to score some points in the fourth quarter, and we had to come together as a team in order to win. We put ourselves in a great opportunity to win this game, but we obviously didn't make enough plays offensively and defensively to win this game.
That second fumble, did you get hit, or did it just hit you as you were trying to?
Yeah, they brought corner blitz off the edge, and I didn't see it. And he came up, and he must have hit the helmet right on the ball because that thing flew right out. So,
do you take anything positive out of this?
I take a lot of positive things. Just the willingness to fight. We kept fighting, and the way we stuck together as a team. Obviously, it didn't go in our favor, and so I hope this doesn't bring our team morale down. We fought, and we were there for each other. But it's on me, turning the ball over twice and putting the defense on the 5-yard line. That's not acceptable, and giving them basically 7 points, that's not acceptable.
What is it about San Diego State and overtime games?
You tell me. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. They're a great football team. Obviously, they got a good coach, and they got a good defense, and they do a lot of good things. So we know we're always going to be in a battle with them, and obviously it's a good program, and we like to compete with them.
And then finally, if I could, the run game just doesn't seem to be putting up the kind of numbers you guys are used to. Is there anything you can put your finger on there?
Not too much, no. I know we went away from the read game a little bit with my knee being banged up, but, I'm 100% now. So, and especially after this bye week, my knee should be, in tip-top shape. So maybe we'll go back to the read game and put some more pressure on defenses with 2 guys who can possibly run the ball.
Thanks, Cody. Thanks, Cody. Thank you. Jordan, I think you guys really wanted to try to get more pressure on Kaler. He seemed to have a pretty good day today. Can you talk a little bit about why you guys maybe weren't able to get the kind of pressure you wanted?
It's really just a lot of things. Have a good offensive line. They have a really good scheme, and it's really just us, just working harder. Obviously, what we did today wasn't good enough to win, so it's just us going out there and practice and working that much harder so that the stuff we do in practice works on game day.
Do you think this defense is where it needs to be right now?
No, and I think throughout the whole year, there's always going to be room for improvement. I'm happy that the way our team fought back, and especially our defense, we were down 21 points and we needed stops, and we got those. And to see the fight and everybody on the defense, and really the whole team, but specifically the defense getting those stops, and then the offense punching that in, that's huge to see, and that's a positive thing we can take from a heartbreaking game like this. But our defense definitely needs improvement, and, I mean, it's not just because we lost. It's just because there's always room for improvement.
And can you just talk a little bit about how deflating that sequence was right at the end of the second half and then to start off the second half, or excuse me, the start of the first half?
Yeah, I mean, that's really hard. To give up a touchdown like that and, the little time that was left on the clock is really hard. But like I said, we came into the locker room at halftime and we told each other that, look, that's one play and the next play is the most important one. And we rallied back in the fourth quarter. And, I'm really proud of the way that our team did that. And but I mean, it's hard to take something like that. But we did a good job bouncing back and put ourselves in a position to win. But as a team, we just didn't make enough plays.